Welcome back to the Vibe Podcast, everyone, with Raven and Rhe. I'm Raven.
And I'm Rhe.
And we have a little special guest today. I don't know if you want to pop out in the back super quickly and just say hi. We have Mare here.
For all you listening on the Spotify, at Maren Forks is tuning in. She's here with Raven.
Yes. We decided to, Mare, and Cherish decided to drive to San Antonio and meet up. We're all being safe. We're not being like dangerous because we are in the times of COVID, but super safe. And I guess we're doing like a little get ready with us / just talking about other stuff because we both did not get ready.
We had a busy morning, both of us.
Busy morning. And I'm taking my glasses off so I can't see. So if I'm like squinting at the camera, it's because I cannot see. Okay, so how are you? We haven't talked really since like the last episode. So how are you?
I'm doing good, just kicking it. School is at prime time where it's like, we're coming down to the final couple weeks, so just trying to hang in there. How are you?
I'm good. I think it's the same. We're like also ending like, we just got into another 6 weeks. So it's just like crazy,
Yeah.
But so our topic for this week is Twilight characters. Hold on, I have it written down where I'm like blind. Where is it? Wow, I lost this paper. Oh, I have it. LOL. Twilight actors, their careers, and where are they now? And then we have a little special topic that's kind of my favorite. That we'll talk about probably after a little later on. So, Twilight actors and where they are now. Let's get started. So, the first person I have on my list is Kellen.
Yes! Love him.
Okay, so let me go. I have screenshotted everything that Kellen has ever been in. Before Twilight, which was in 2008, he was in, let me look, a movie called Stick It. I think it's like a punk rock movie. Never have seen it before. But he is also, let me find this. He was in, where is it? I'm looking for it. In 2011, this was, I guess, like right around the time Breaking Dawn Part 1 had came out, a movie called A Warrior's Heart with Ashley Greene.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, I've heard of that. I haven't seen it, but I have heard of it.
I think it's about them, like, being lovers. I think they're, because the poster here is, like, a picture of him, like, hugging Ashley, and they look very loving.
Yeah, I've seen previews of that.
Previews?
Yeah.
Is it about them being in love?
Yeah, they, like, fall in love.
Oh, they fall in love in it. So that must be very interesting going from, like, siblings to lovers.
Now, I know Kellen because I watched this movie called, I believe, Immortals, or The Immortals, about, like, the Greek gods and, like, Perseus or something.
Oh, yes, I see that here. That was also in 2011.
Yeah, he played Poseidon.
Ooh.
And it had a great, like, the movie didn't do I think good in the box office, but because of like the plot, but it had a great cast. Like Henry Cavill was in it, aka Superman. Um Daniel Sharman, who was in Teen Wolf. What's his name?
Wow.
Luke Evans was in it. It had a great cast. Oh, and Joseph Morgan, who played Klaus Michelson in the Vampire Diaries, was also in it.
Wow, that's an amazing cast.
Yeah, it was a great cast.
I'm looking
personally
here.
liked it.
I'm looking here, and it shows that I think Kellen had like a pretty good run in 2011. He had like quite a bit of movies come out in 2011.
Yeah.
He had Breaking Dawn Part 1, Immortals, A Warrior's Heart, Love Wedding Arena. 2011 seemed to be like his year. He was popping off.
Yeah.
And then I saw there's a couple movies that I was like going through that I was like I did not know that he was in it. The movie Her, I don't know if you
I've heard of it.
apparently he's in it, and I was like I've seen the movie very briefly. It kind of like creeped me out, so I didn't finish it. But apparently he's in it. And then also he was in, where is it? A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Ooh.
And Hercules, apparently. He's been in like some good movies.
He had a good run. He's on that show
He did.
now. I can't remember what the name of it is.
I think it's called FBI.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what he's doing now. He's been in that show since 2018.
Ooh, I think, which probably, I don't know if if it shows it with Peter. I think Peter guest starred on it.
Oh, I'll look into that right now when we go. But you know, he's in one movie that I like absolutely love so much. It's called Accepted. Have you seen it before?
I've never seen it, but I think I heard of it.
It's a movie about a kid who doesn't get into college, and so he makes up this fake college to like please his parents.
Oh wait, no, I have seen it. I have. He was in that.
Yeah. And I think Jonah Hill's in it.
Oh yeah,
And
that's how I
there's
know.
the part where he's in the giant like hot dog costume. He goes, "Ask me about my wiener."
That's how I know it. I know it because Jonah Hill, and Jonah Hill, I love Jonah Hill's movies.
Yeah, I love that movie. Oh my god, there's also another part in that movie where they are like cleaning out this building that they're gonna use for the college, and a dead body falls from the ceiling, and Jonah Hill screams so loud, like this is the worst scream I've ever heard in my life, but it's so funny.
I remember that. I think I watched that movie with my dad.
I'm pretty sure I watched that movie with my parents too, which is like not the greatest movie to watch with your parents, but
Yeah.
it happened. It happens. It's a thing. Well, the latest thing that he's been in is the FBI show. I think the latest movie he's been in. Let me look here. The latest movie is in 2019 called What Men Want.
I've heard of it. Oh no, that's with Taraji P. Henson.
Yes. But I've never seen it. Actually, maybe I have seen it. I just don't remember if I don't remember if I saw him or what he played in that. I think I remember seeing it, but it's like super vaguely. I don't really, not 100% sure. And then the earliest thing, like his first thing that I see here, I see one from 2006. Yeah, I think his earliest movie is called The Model Citizens, and it's from 2004. So, never seen that before. Let's move on to Peter Facinelli. And fun fact about Peter Facinelli, he's hot. But another one, thanks Mara for that introduction. Is that also for the longest time I confused him with the guy who is in like all the scary movies. He was in like Insidious, The Conjuring.
Patrick.
I thought that was Peter Facinelli for the long.
Oh my god.
Yes, to me they look similar, but I think Peter is like way hotter. But for the longest time when I was in like high school and like middle school, I thought that was like the same person.
You're like going around telling people.
I know. I was like, how do you not know who Peter Facinelli is? He's in all the scary movies. Like a lame person. But yeah, but it turns out he is not that guy. Two different people. Okay, let me carve this eyebrow out and then I'll like get...
I feel like you like figured that out yesterday.
No. I didn't. I figured it out like maybe a couple months ago. A couple months ago is when I figured it out. And I don't even know. I don't remember how I was freaking out. I don't watch scary movies often. I'm like the biggest scaredy cat in the world. So I don't like put myself in those situations to get scared. So I think I had like watched the movie and I was like, oh, is Peter Facinelli in this? And then we watched it and I was like, that's not Peter Facinelli.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So Peter Facinelli has been in obviously the Twilight movies, amazing. I think his most recent work is from, he has a movie in 2020 called Hour of Lead, but I've never heard of it. That's the most recent one is Hour of Lead. His earliest one, it goes back to like the 90s.
I know he was in, I think, Scorpion King.
Yes, that's on here. There's one called Unfinished Affair, and from 1996. It sounds scandalous.
Scandalous. Huh.
I kind of want to watch it. I would love to see I would just love to see Carlisle like in a movie like that. Carlisle.
Peter. Carlisle.
Just Carlisle.
I think he is now like expanding into like directing and writing.
Oh, I love that for him.
Cause shout out to the ladies about Esme. They had gotten a bunch of cameos from the Twilight, like, the people who from Twilight who have cameo. The ladies about Esme had gotten cameos from them, and they got one from Peter. And I think Peter had when he was talking, he said that he has a new film out that he, I believe, helped write and even directed.
No kidding. That's so cool. I wonder what it is. Cause I don't know if it would be on here or not. Maybe it's the 2020 one.
Could.
Because I don't see his name on the poster. I just see like other people, but he could also be just like a secondary character.
Yeah.
You know what? He's in that. He's in a movie from 1998 called Can't Hardly Wait. And I think I've seen it before. But I can't like pinpoint what it's about. But it's like one of those like 90s movies, like kind of like American Pie in a way.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to see. And he's in a movie called Dancer, Texas, Population 81. That's what it's called. He's on the cover too. He looks so handsome. Love that. Okay. Let's move on from Peter Facinelli, who is not the guy from
He is not Patrick Wilson.
Who is not Patrick Wilson.
Raven's canceled.
I'm canceled because I don't know who Peter Facinelli is. Oh my gosh.
Peter, if he ever watches this, like, what?
We don't even look alike. They don't.
Identical.
They really don't look
It
alike.
reminds me of that episode from Victorious where they're like, but I can't even tell them apart. They're identical.
Oh my goodness. Imagine if I ever meet him, wink wink, and I go, oh my gosh, I loved you in Insidious.
Thank God you figured it out before that could happen.
Oh my goodness, that would be so terrible of me.
Y'all heard it here first.
Let's move on to our girl, Ashley Green.
Oh my
My
God, that's
queen.
so-
That is Bree's
You know what
queen.
I just think is really funny though because you guys are doing this and I'm just in the background like
Yeah.
comments.
Mary said that she thinks that it's funny that she's just here in the background, like commentary.
Yeah. We love that.
So besides the Twilight Saga, in 2019 she was in Bombshell with Charlize Theron, Nicole Kidman, and Margot Robbie.
Oh, she was in that movie? I didn't know she was in that one.
Yeah, it says here that she's in it. And then you know what? She's also in the iconic movie called LOL with Miley Cyrus.
I remember that. I watched that movie when I was like 13, and I immediately recognized her, and I'm like, it's Alice!
What does she play? What role does she play in that movie?
She plays kind of like this girl who, she's one of like, the more popular known girls. She kind of plays one of the mean girls, and
Oh.
like she's not really mean, but it's more like her reputation is, not a good one, and is known to, get around the school.
Wow. Such a so different than from what like who she is as a person, I think.
Yeah.
Cuz she seems so sweet, and also she's aging literally backwards.
She really is. I'm like, wow.
That's why I think that I feel like it's like that for all of the Twilight actors. Like they all look younger, and they could literally do a movie now.
Oh my god, I want it to happen.
I don't know if you saw, but there was this like picture of Robert Pattinson that just recently came out where he's like sitting alone at a table. He looks so sad, and someone made a TikTok like, look at these photos of Robert Pattinson that just came out, and instead of being like, oh, I hope his relationship is okay, blah blah blah, people were like, yeah, he just got news that they want to do another Twilight movie.
The way he gets clowned so much about it never fails to crack me up.
I know. Love him though. Hope that he does another Twilight movie.
We can dream.
We can dream. She's also in a movie called Staten Island Summer. I've never seen it before, but I kind of want to because it looks very like Jersey Shore-ish.
I've never heard of it either.
She was in Scream 4.
Yeah, I think I've seen that. It's been a while, but
Well, I don't watch
her
I really don't watch scary movies, and literally like it should tell you something that I think that Scream 4 is scary. I can't watch it. I'm like a giant baby. So, maybe I'll end up watching it sometime, but ooh.
Me over here literally binge watched all the Michael Myers movies yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, they had a marathon.
She's in this movie called The Apparition, and it looks so scary. The cover is her, and then there's all these like little like scary hands all over her. Oh no. That does not look fun to watch. I want to read the description for that one. It's an American-German supernatural horror film. She is the lead, and the plot follows 3 college students who, after death of their friend, must battle a supernatural force they summon themselves.
So they played with demons, and now they gotta fight the demons.
Yeah, basically, that's what they did. I would not be able to watch that at all. Seriously, I would be so terrified. Oh no, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 3%. That's not great.
But they also gave Twilight a low score.
Yeah, they also did give Twilight a low score, but
they did.
To be fair,
Rotten Tomatoes doesn't really have taste.
Yeah, it was popular back then to hate on Twilight, So it's okay. We forgive them, maybe.
Maybe
we forgive them. Okay, let me go look at some other movies that she's been in. TV shows, she hasn't been in much TV shows, so she's been in Pan Am, which is I think about like a plane, like an airport or something. And then it says she's been in Step Up since 2018.
Oh, that's like
TV
one of
show.
those YouTube original shows.
Oh, that's cool. Is it still like going on?
I think so. I think I saw her post not too long ago a promotion about it.
Oh, that's cool. And then something else that I was like, I think she did a feature on Punk'd, the TV show, because it says there that she was in that show. So love that. I wonder if she got punked, or if someone punked her, or no, if she punked someone, or if someone punked her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna search it up. Ashley Green punked. Oh, I'm not getting anything. She was in Punk'd as a background character.
Oh.
That's interesting. They didn't know that she was the star then. Okay, and then let's talk about Nikki Reed and her movies. So she has been in some. She was in 13 with Kristen Stewart, who we're going to talk about probably after this. Mare's like, oh, ready for the Kristen Stewart portion.
13. I think she actually helped write that because it's about her life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because her and Catherine Hardwicke, aka the director of Twilight Saga, 2008.
Yes.
Catherine Hardwicke and Nikki have known each other since she was a little girl, and I believe like Nikki helped write 13 because it's like loosely based off of some events in
On
her
her
life.
life?
Yeah. It like
Wow, that's crazy.
it got critical acclaim, I believe. I think it was nominated.
Yeah, I always hear people talk about it. So is Kristen playing Nikki in a way? Or Nikki's playing Nikki?
I've only seen part. I watched it a long time ago. But I just skipped to the Kristen parts. But I know Catherine Hardwicke directed that movie.
Yeah. How iconic of them to like all know each other from 13 and then all work on Twilight together.
Iconic.
I love that. We love the queens. I've never seen the movie. It's just saying that there's a student who has a troubling home life, which I figured it was about.
Yeah.
Because just from what I've like the little previews that I've seen of it, that's what I thought it was about anyways. And then I know that a lot of people talked about Kristen in that movie. Like people like love Kristen in that movie.
Yeah.
So I've never seen it, but maybe I need to. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of movies. I'm not like a big movie person. Literally, the only movies I watch are like Twilight or Harry Potter. And I'm like super lame when it comes to anything else. Like, oh, I noticed this in her TV show. She's in a TV show there was a TV show called V Wars, and I think her and her husband were in it together. It's called, it's about a doctor who is pitted against his best friend when an ancient disease turns people into vampires.
Wow.
And they're both in it. I love
I
that.
think I've heard of V Wars, but I never actually watched it.
I kind of want to watch it now because that sounds interesting. So her husband plays a doctor, the doctor, and she plays his wife.
Wait, as in, we're talking husband as in Ian, right?
Yeah. So her husband and her are playing husband and wife in a TV show. It's kind of like, I don't know if he like made the movie or what, or like what's going on in that, but it's kind of like how Adam Sandler like always hires his friends to like be in the movies.
Yeah.
And his wife is always in all his movies, and I love that. She was also in Adventureland, Nikki Reed.
Oh.
And so was Kristen Stewart.
I know Kristen was in it.
Mary's over here like, and so was Kristen Stewart. Yeah, so they were in that, and that was after Twilight.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember seeing it, but I don't know what it's about. I like see all these movies, and I'm like, what are they about again?
I think Jesse Eisenberg was also in it.
He is in that. Yeah, let me see. The cast of that movie. There's Kristen Stewart, Jesse Eisenberg, Ryan Reynolds, Bill Hader. Kristen Wiig. That's a pretty good cast.
That's a good
Nikki
cast.
Reed. Love that. I think she was a smaller role maybe because they don't even have a character name for her.
Yeah.
And then a lot of other stuff that she's in. She has not been in like much stuff as everyone else. I think her and Taylor are probably like not like the least successful because I think they're both successful, but they're in the least amount of things.
Yeah, because Nikki kind of decided to like open her own business and like jewelry line and like other businesses. She's more of a businesswoman now than an actress.
Yeah. She was in Sleepy Hollow, which I heard was a good show too.
Ooh. At first, I thought you said the sleepy. At first I was thinking the movie with Johnny Depp, and I was like, oh my god, I love that movie. I didn't know she was in it.
It's a TV show. I know friends of mine have suggested for me to watch it, but I honestly, being in theater and being a teacher, I have no time to do anything. So I'm like, I'll put it on my bucket list to watch next summer. And then she was in the OC. The OC is, I always thought the OC was like kind of like a scripted reality show, no?
I have not heard of it.
The OC. It was from it was a TV show in 2003 to 2011. It's just like a drama, like a drama filled. It's an American teen drama TV series, is what it's.
I may have heard of it, but I probably wasn't really into it.
Yeah, I'm not really into like those TV shows that are just like filled with like fake drama. Like, give me something like Jersey Shore, and I'm like here for it.
Yeah, if I want drama, I'm gonna go to reality TV. I'm more of like with TV shows. I'm more of like supernatural and like more kind of action based.
So that's pretty much it for Nikki. She wasn't in a lot of things. I'm trying to look. Her most recent thing, the last Twilight, was in 2012. She was in A Sunday Horse in 2016. It's about a horse. That's not funny, Mare.
What you said.
It's about a horse.
The Sunday horse. It's about a horse.
And there's a picture of her, in like the posters of her and a horse. And then, yeah, I think that was her most recent thing, is that movie. Oh, no. She was in a movie called She's Missing in 2019. It's about her missing. Mary said. Let me see what her... she also does not have a character name in this. So maybe she's just like a producer or something?
Yeah. That probably would be it.
Yeah, I feel like she's doing more behind the scenes stuff now, like Peter.
Yeah. Which is good. It's nice to branch out.
Taylor Lautner, which is, I feel bad because I feel like he could have gone far.
He was one of the ones that I feel peaked mostly as a youngster, because he was in quite a bit of movies as a kid.
Yeah, he was in he was in Cheaper by the Dozen, the Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Iconic.
Love that movie, Shark Boy and Lava Girl. You know he was in He's a Bully, Charlie Brown.
He was?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Look, I'm going to read to you his TV shows and you're going to freak out because you're never going to guess it. Danny Phantom, What's New, Scooby-Doo, Duck Dodgers.
Oh my
Taylor
gosh.
Lautner was in those TV shows.
Danny Phantom. That was my show.
I know.
Wow.
I wonder who he was in Danny Phantom. Let me go look.
Danny Phantom.
If he was Danny Phantom, I'm going to cry. He was not Danny Phantom. He was a character called Youngblood.
Youngblood.
So, yeah. But he was in it. He was also in the Bernie Mac show, My Wife and Kids, Scream Queens from 2015 to 2016.
I remember him in Scream Queens.
But I was just shook that he was in like Danny Phantom and Scooby-Doo.
Those two shocked me the most.
Excuse me?
That and the Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
one.
Movie wise, he I've seen Grown Ups 2. I really liked his role in that one. He was like a little like a
He was
jock
like a
guy.
frat boy, something.
It was pretty funny. Yeah, frat boy. So that was pretty funny. And then he was in Valentine's Day, which is like, I don't know, there was like a while in like the 2010s where they would make those movies, like those New Year's movies or the Christmas movies or the Valentine's Day movies, where everything aligned at the end, like everyone was connected.
Yeah, I remember him in Valentine's Day because him and T Swift, were together at that time.
Yeah, that's when him and Taylor Swift started dating, I think.
Yeah.
And then she made a song about him. Do you know what songs are about Taylor Lautner? Because I'm gonna search it up right now.
I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. I don't really listen to her music, so I wouldn't know.
I don't like Taylor Swift either. Okay, that's a little harsh. I would not prefer to listen to her music. Apparently, a song called "Back to December" is about, and I love that song. That's actually one of the songs that I do like. I'm gonna read some of the lyrics so we can get the feels for this. Play it. No, we'll get copyrighted. Taylor Swift will copyright everyone. Okay. It starts off, I'm so glad you made time to see me. How's life? Tell me, how's your family? I haven't seen them in a while. You've been good. It's really hard for me not to sing this song because this is one of the songs that I really do like. You've been good, busier than ever. We small talk, work, and the weather. Your guard is up, and I know why. So, wow.
Wow, I did not know that she wrote a song about him.
I think she writes all her songs about her relationships.
Yeah.
Or just like about her
songs.
life.
I mean, I'm not the one who's going to have like her music saved on my playlist, but there are a few songs that I do enjoy.
Yeah, this is one of the songs that I remember, like, when I was in middle school or whenever this song came out, like, blasting this because I thought my heart was broken.
Oh, my goodness. Who hurt you?
I know. Oh, we won't get into it, but... So then the second part goes, because the last time you saw me is still burned in the back of your mind. You gave me roses and I left them there to die. So I think she broke his heart.
Yikes.
Yeah. And then the chorus goes, so this is me I'm like about to start singing it. So this is me swallowing my pride, standing in front of you saying I'm sorry for that night. And I go back to December all the time. It turns out freedom ain't nothing but missing you. Wishing I'd realize what I had when you were mine. I'd go back to December, turn around and make it all right. I go back to December all the time. I think she broke his heart. And then there's a part here where she talks about his tan skin. So it says, I miss your tan skin, your sweet smile, so good to me, so right. And how you held me in your arms that September night, the first time you ever saw me cry. Wow. That's intense. That sounds like they had like a really harsh breakup.
Yeah.
Jeez. And then he was also in The Ridiculous Six with Adam Sandler too. And I think I've seen. Is Adam Sandler? Nah, he is in it. I think it's a funny movie. He plays like a dumb character.
You know who else was in that movie?
Who?
Julia Jones, who played Leah.
Really?
Yeah, she was in it. That's where her and Taylor reunited.
Love that. Oh, really?
Yeah. Her and, I think his name's Chaske, I think. The one who played Sam. They've done quite a few projects together.
I didn't put them on the list, but we can go look at them right now in a bit.
Yeah, the only one who I can think that has a lot of projects that I can't even, name off the top of my head because she's in so many is Dakota Fanning. Because she was already kind of an established name going into Twilight, and she still had quite the career since.
Yeah, let me search her up. So Dakota Fanning, she has also been one to, she's pretty big. Like she was in Coraline, The Cat in the Hat, Charlotte's Web, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She's in everything. Because she's kind of like a child actor in a way, right?
Yeah,
she is.
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch, War of the World, Kim Possible. She's in everything. So yeah, she's pretty established. And let me see. And then who plays Leah? What's the actress's name?
Julia Jones. I love her so much.
Oh, she was in Cold Pursuit with Liam Neeson.
Oh.
That's crazy. She had a recent movie with Liam Neeson. Let's get to Jackson, who, by the way, has blonde hair, which he featured on his Instagram. I think it's so Jasper of him to be in a movie called Cowgirls and
Yeah,
Angels.
yeah. Wow. You know, he also is a Texan.
Yes, a fellow Texan.
We love that.
Jackson, come meet us in San Antonio. I mean, yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of TV shows here, or not TV shows, but movies. He was in Samson in 2018, The Last Airbender.
He has kind of like, you know, also, I think like Nikki, he stepped away from acting and he's focusing more on music.
Yeah, yeah, he doesn't have like a ton either, so we can. He was in something called Zombie Hamlet, so love that. Never seen it, but it looks good. He was also in Criminal Minds, right?
He, there was it was an episode where basically he plays a janitor for a hotel, but, I can't remember if it's like, I think his character has, DID, which is dissociative identity disorder, and his, alter is the one who's been committing the crimes. So it's like he has no memory of him doing it, but it's like his alter is the one who is like a serial killer. He did
That's
he
intense.
did really good. I like it's one of my favorite episodes.
I've never I watch Criminal Minds. That's another thing. Like, if I watch TV show, I'm watching Law and Order SVU. I'm watching like some crime TV show. Law and Order SVU is my favorite, but also Criminal Minds. But I've never seen Criminal Minds like from the beginning. Um,
Oh my
I've always just seen like little
gosh.
episodes.
Oh my gosh. The first couple seasons have some of my favorite episodes.
I should go back and just start it from the beginning because I've watched Criminal Minds before, but
I think his episode is season 3 or 4. It's one of the earlier ones.
yeah, I remember seeing like one of the first things I saw about Talk was someone mentioning that was like one of the first things besides the dancing stuff was that they saw Jackson in Criminal Minds. They were like, how did I not know that Jasper was in this?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have also seen, and then I remember my friend too was like, oh, I'm watching this Criminal Minds episode, and guess who's in it?
Oh boy.
Our boy Battle Scars.
Oh, scars.
I love that that's a thing right now. People like making fun of the Battle Scars.
I want to hear him
It's so
say
funny.
it. I want him to get on TikTok and then do a video where he says battle scars.
He would probably shut down the internet if he did that.
He really would.
If he just went on TikTok and said Battle Scars. Yeah, he just needs to join TikTok already.
Yeah.
And you know what? Because him and Kellen have been posting TikToks on their Instagram stories.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And I'm like, let's go. Like,
You have to have one for sure.
we're awaiting you.
We're awaiting the kings.
They would completely shut down Talk. It would be like the biggest thing in the Talk community.
You want to know something? This is how I know that Stephanie Meyer I already know that she was like a big superhero fan, but this is how I know that she was an X-Men fan, like the original X-Men movies that came out, because Daniel Cudmore, he plays Felix in Twilight. He was Colossus in X-Men, and she wanted him to play Emmett. And not only that, but Cameron Bright, who played Alec, was in the third X-Men movie. Yeah. And then after Twilight came out, there was X-Men Days of Futures Past, which is probably my favorite of the X-Men movies. So Daniel Cudmore's in that one again because he was Colossus during those movies. But Cameron Bright isn't in that one. But Boo Boo Stewart, who played Seth, he plays Warpath in that movie. So it was cool to see that.
She was scouting that she was using the X-Men movies to scout her, the actors.
I saw an Instagram post that had apparently her dream cast for Twilight when the original Twilight, like, they were doing casting. She had, like, put together a dream cast. So she had Daniel Cudmore, who played Colossus in X-Men as Emmett, but she also had the guy who played, I think, Bobby in X-Men, and she had Anna Paquin, who played Rogue in, I think her name was Rogue in X-Men. So she had basically all of the X-Men cast members as her dream cast for Twilight.
Yeah, and I know that she originally wanted Henry Cavill to play Edward,
Yeah.
but he was just like too old by the time that they like
Yeah.
got to the filming and auditions and stuff like that. But honestly, I couldn't see anyone besides Robert playing him. I just love Jackson. He's amazing. I need him and Kellen to join TikTok ASAP. So if you're listening, you're probably not listening, but join TikTok.
You're listening.
I'm just gonna spam their Instagram every time they post a picture. I'm gonna be like, "Can you join TikTok?"
Okay, so on to Billy Burke, our Charlie comes out in Gilmore Girls, which I don't watch. I'm telling you, I don't watch TVs, but I've never seen Gilmore Girls.
I haven't either. Sorry, Mare.
Someone cancel me. Mare's like, I'm canceling you and and Rhe all the time because we don't watch stuff.
You guys don't watch what I like. It's like you guys are out to get me.
We're not out to get you. Maybe we're out to get you.
Yeah.
Cherish and I have a theory that Mare just came to meet us over here to like get tea on us and then cancel us.
Oh my goodness.
She's after my account. So Billy Burke was in TV show wise. He was in Zoo, which I heard was a really good movie.
Oh, I've watched that movie. It was really good. I liked it. I can't remember his role, but I think I gotta search it up. I think it was like this family. It's like a dad and his kids after his wife dies. I think he like buys a zoo. I think it's that one where he like, and so it's like a zoo that hasn't been doing well, and so they buy it in order to kind of refurnish it and get it back as a popular place to go. I think it's that one. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I've never seen that. He was also in Gilmore Girls that Mare's over here getting mad at us about. He was in a whole bunch of like older stuff. He is a dad. He's a grandpa.
We love.
He was in Red Riding Hood in 2011. I wonder who he played.
I know he was in that movie recently called, is it called Breaking In? He plays like a robber.
Yes, that was the next one I was gonna say. Yeah, he was in Breaking In in 2018, and he was Eddie, which I think is like one of the bad guys.
Yeah.
He was in Lights Out in 2016.
Oh yes, I love that movie. That movie is so freaky. I felt bad because he was like the first to die. He only had like 10 minutes of the movie. I was like, what? Like, you gonna bring my man in just to kill him off?
What it's just about like what people dying?
No, so basically, this so Billy Burke's character, his wife, it's like his wife, was friends with this girl when she was in a psychiatric hospital, and the girl had this condition where like she was very sensitive to light, and it also like because it's an actual medical condition. Like some people cannot be, it's like they can't be in light. They have to be in a dark room because their skin is so sensitive to it that they can die. And
Yeah.
basically it's this the girl, she turned into this dark entity that now that was haunting the family and killed Billy Burke's character in the beginning. And then Teresa Palmer, I believe, is in it. She plays the daughter, his stepdaughter, and it's like she has to figure out what it is that's causing problems and haunting the family, and try to figure out how to like stop the entity from hurting them.
So this is happening all while the girl's still living in the house.
She doesn't live there anymore. Basically, because the entity, I believe, comes out. I think it said that I forget what the entity's name was, but it was she comes out whenever the mom is in like needs her or feels that she needs. So it's like when the mom is down and all that, it's when she's most strong and it's kept around. And so it's like Teresa Palmer's character had left when she was able to finally leave the family because she couldn't take it anymore, because it's like she would see, like, it didn't hurt, the entity didn't hurt her, but she thought it was just imagination at one point and that it was fine. And then when it starts affecting her half brother is when she comes back, and it's like now or never. It's pretty good.
That's crazy.
Don't watch it at night. Don't watch it at night. I made the mistake.
I will probably have nightmares if I watch that.
It's creepy. It's one of those where it freaked me out.
That sounds scary. Okay, I won't watch it at night. I'll probably watch it in the daytime, like while I'm in school, so I'm like paying attention but not paying attention.
Yeah.
I'll be like, guys, I'm watching a scary movie right now. And in school, around Halloween time, they always, like last year, they always wanted to watch scary movies. Oh my gosh. I would sit there with my computer in front of my face so I couldn't see the screen. I would show them like Insidious or something, and I was there like not about it.
Oh, I love the Insidious.
There's a part of Insidious. There's a part in Insidious where, like, the first one where they're like at the kitchen table and they're like the scary face shows up behind the mom. I don't know what that face looks like.
Oh, red face. I remember.
Oh yeah, I hate that. I hate scary movies too.
I have no idea what that, because I won't look. I will close my eyes because I know
It's a red face.
I know it's a red face, but I don't know like what he looks like.
I love how Raven just watched the movie because she thought Peter was in it.
No, I actually watched Insidious.
Like how disappointed you were.
I know. I was like, "Where's Peter Facinelli? He's not in this." Sorry, Peter. Maybe I should tell him.
You should tell him. I dare you to. Please.
You dare me to tell him?
Ooh.
No, I feel like he'll hate me.
He blocks you.
Person. Elizabeth,
Queen.
who played Esme. Grey's Anatomy, which Mara's gonna hate us.
I haven't watched Grey's Anatomy, so sorry.
I'm not into medical TV shows. It's just like not my thing.
Yeah, but this is amazing.
I'm more into the crime investigation ones, not the medical.
Same. Okay, so something that when I was searching this up, she was in Ouija, Origin of Evil in 2016.
I haven't seen it, but I saw it in the trailer.
She has been in horror movies, not Peter.
She's in that show, The Haunting of Hill House.
Yes. She's also, so she was also the Haunting of Hill House, Ouija, Origin of Evil, Nightmare Cinema, The Handmaid's Tale. She's also she was in an episode of Law and Order True Crime. Yeah, I haven't watched True Crime yet. I'm really into like SVU and stuff, just stuff that can like make me more paranoid than what I already am. You know.
Things that are real.
Right about that.
Yeah. She was in a Dixie Chicks movie called Shut Up and Sing.
Ooh.
I don't know who she played. Maybe she played a Dixie Chick. Yeah, so I was surprised that she was in something called The Believer. I think it's a movie about Jewish people. She's in Bonnie and Clyde in 2013. That's pretty much like all. She has some. I think she has some like pretty big ones like in her pocket that she's like Those are the ones that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she's best friends with Paget Brewster from Criminal Minds and Sarah Paulson.
Oh, of course she would be. That's like amazing for her.
Yeah, they're like, because whenever I go on her Instagram, I see that there's like a bunch of photos of all of them together. So I'm like, oh my God, that's like the Holy Trinity
Iconic.
right there.
It really is. I mean, why do you need to be in movies and TV shows if your best friend is Elizabeth or Sarah Paulson? Like, I would just like not do anything anymore for the rest of my life. Okay, I'm gonna put my glasses on for a second so I can like see what I'm doing. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, my segment for this week. I actually have two, I think. Yes. My first one is to go watch any movies that we are saying here so that you can see all of our people in action. That's my first recommendation. My second recommendation is to go vote.
Hey, babe.
Please go vote.
Tuesday.
That's all I'm going to say about that. Yes, Tuesday. If you missed early voting, it's okay. We forgive you for missing early voting. But you still have time. Tuesday, you can go vote. Get there early if you can, because you don't know how long polling lines are going to be. I would assume they would be packed. Yeah. So just go vote. That's it. The school board. Yeah. That's always super, super duper important. Because that stuff kind of like, it's about your community and all that. So make sure you just check in with your local stuff, your school board, all that stuff like Rhe said. Be safe. If you run into anyone with opposing views as you, just try not to put yourself in a dangerous situation. Wear a mask. Take hand sanitizer for before and after you touch the little polling thing. I think they're giving people like things to touch it, yeah. So just go vote, do your citizen duties, and that's my recommendation for this week. So that's all I have.
Love it.
So now we're gonna get into Kristen Stewart. We're so excited. Should we talk about her more recent stuff?
Yeah, we can listen.
Because she has
Panic Room.
We have Underwater
The
coming.
Messengers.
Have you? I don't know if Underwater has came out yet. It's a horror thriller film.
I think it did.
Yeah, it did.
I think it has because people comment that on my Christmas story. So.
Yeah, it came out. It's a horror thriller film. It says disaster strikes more than 6 miles below the ocean surface when water crashes through the walls of a drilling station led by their captain. The survivors realize that their only hope is to walk across the seafloor to reach the main part of the facility. But they soon find themselves in a fight for their lives when they come under attack from mysterious and deadly creatures that no one has ever seen.
I saw the trailer for that, and it kind of freaked me out. And I was like, oof, I don't know if I want to watch this.
I'm looking at the pictures right now. It looks literally crazy. She looks like a badass in it too. She's always a badass, but she looks extra badass in it. She was also in Charlie's Angels, which she has a dancing scene in it.
She did so good in Charlie's Angels.
I didn't watch it.
You haven't watched?
I don't watch
Oh my
movies.
God,
I'm so sorry.
Charlie's Angels. I know it got a lot of
I
heat
know.
because of the plot, but honestly, Kristen's character is the reason why I watched it.
I do know that there is a giant, she has a dancing scene in it. I've seen, trailers, little clips and stuff like that, but I've never, sat down to watch it. Honestly, I really feel like it's because I don't have time.
About that. Kristen, I knew a lot of Kristen's work prior to Twilight, of course, Panic Room and Speak and Zenthura, Space Adventure.
Mm-hmm. She's Snow White and the Huntsman.
I loved her in that one too.
I did watch that one. Are you proud of me?
Yes, I am so proud. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, she got to kiss Chris Hemsworth. I was like,
She got to kiss Chris. Kiss Chris.
Say that five times.
Kiss Chris. People were expecting Rob, Kristen, and Taylor to like really like take off after Twilight, and it kind of had like the opposite effect. I want to say, at least for like for some of them, it was like I know Rob and Kristen were doing just mainly like indie films.
yeah, like they still had a lot of projects, but they kind of strayed away from Hollywood mainstream, which is probably why they didn't have the big hype that everybody thought.
Because they were so big that they kind of want something a little away from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear Mare?
Yeah, I heard her, which I agree with.
I would agree, especially also because Twilight was so big, the franchise, the fans were, you know, a little crazy.
Not me. I was like 12.
Mary said not her. She was like, I wasn't obsessing about Kristen yet. But yeah, so I would understand their frustrations, I guess you can say, with being in such a big franchise, and then just doing smaller things. Kristen was in something that I really loved is Still Alice. I think she's in Still Alice.
Yeah.
In 2014, which is such a sad movie. And that was like such a big movie too. Everyone loved that movie. It's about, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's about a doctor, a professor, but she's a doctor. She has Alzheimer's disease, and then her 3 children have to like kind of like watch her.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
I remember going and watching that with my dad, and it was like so sad. Something else. Let's go look at some of her earlier work. She was in 2004 a movie called Catch That Kid.
Oh yes, I loved Catch That Kid.
Let's look. She was also in Speak.
I love Speak.
I have. That's my favorite book. I didn't even know there was a movie about it. But that's my favorite book.
The main character.
She plays the main.
Kidding.
That's why I read the book and then I watched the movie because of her.
Oh my gosh, that's my favorite book. Actually, for competition, I have some students who are performing a piece from Speak. And so my sister actually performed it. I didn't know there was a movie about it. I will probably bawl my eyes out.
Oh, I always cry when I watch it. It's just oof.
Does it show the party scene and everything?
They show it.
It's not like
Graphic?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's not graphic, but it's enough to get the message across.
Got it. The Runaways in 2010, she was in.
With Dakota.
Yeah. And then there's this movie here that looks super interesting called Seberg? It's Seberg. But she looks...
Wouldn't it be Cyber?
It's... No, I don't...
Oh, isn't no? Yeah.
I think it says here it's in the late 1960s, French new wave actress and Breathless star John Seberg becomes a target of FBI due to her support of the civil rights movement and her romantic involvement with Hakeem Jamal, a Black Panther activist.
I've never heard of that one.
And I'm pretty sure she plays the main character because she's like on the cover. She is the main character. It's with Anthony Mackie. I think he's in he's a
Anthony Mackie, the Falcon from Marvel. Oh wait, no, never mind. I did hear that because I saw an interview with them.
yeah. Vince Vaughn is in it, which is he's great. In 2016, she was in a movie called Personal Shopper. Have you seen that?
No. I think I've heard of it.
She's a personal shopper to a supermodel who is determined to stay in Paris 3 months after the death of her twin brother from a genetic heart abnormality. There's a medium and had promised to give her a sign of the afterlife. Herself a medium, Maureen is asked to search for the presence in the house of his girlfriend is now trying to sell.
I've seen her in The Messenger. That's like the only scary movie that I've actually seen because I'm also a scaredy cat.
I don't know if it's a scary movie, but it says that she's also a medium, but then she starts to get text messages from an unknown source. So that sounds super interesting. I feel like I would watch that because that doesn't sound like scary, but it's like it got 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is pretty high for Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, is there anything else about Kristen Stewart that we need to talk about, Mir?
She's just perfect, amazing, talented, iconic, queen.
That is correct. You are right.
Leave her alone too for people haters, you know. Just
Yeah, we don't
do not support any
Twilight Kristen Stewart haters.
slander in here.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Now let's get into our final topic. The main attraction.
You know, what this year was all about?
Yeah, what this year, and I feel like what this whole decade is going to be about. The 20s, I think, is just the 2020s is the year of Robert Pattinson, which is the main attraction for today. 2020, the year of Robert Pattinson. But we'll say 2020s because he does have Batman coming out in 2022, but it's supposed to be released sooner, but then they postponed it, I think.
Yeah.
I had read, or did they just postpone production because he had got COVID?
Yeah, because of, pandemic, then he got COVID, so that's why they had to postpone it, like, I think an extra year.
Yeah, and I think they're filming now because there's a whole bunch of people posting, like, scenes where they're filming. And there's, like, a guy riding a Batman motorcycle and a Batman suit and all that.
Yes, I saw the
pictures.
Yes, I saw the pictures. Him and Zoe look so good.
Yep. I'm really excited for it. I'm probably going to wear some Team Edward merch to go watch it, to be honest. All the Batman fans are going to hate me.
They're going to hate me, too. And be like, oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's talk about some of his work. So we're calling this the 2020s, the years of Robert Pattinson, or the year of Robert Pattinson, just because he has been literally going off in the last couple years, and I feel like he's skyrocketing, like he's on top, on the roller coaster, he's on his way up.
Yeah. For sure.
And it's a tall roller coaster. So before Twilight, he was in just a couple of movies. Nothing too big. He was in something called Smash His Camera, but I think it's a little indie film. He was in this little franchise called Harry Potter. No big deal.
He played, a Hufflepuff.
Yeah, no big deal. He played a character called Cedric Diggory. Rest in peace, if you didn't know. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. But I think most people know. So he was in that little thing. There was also, he was in a movie called Little Ashes, which is a movie about, it's a movie about, I think, Salvador Dali, the artist. And the movie is pretty explicit because Salvador Dali is known for being a member of the LGBT community, and there's just a lot of messed up things in the movie. But there's this part, I'm going to try to say this without being too explicit, but where Rob's character is pleasuring himself, and it is said that it was real, that Rob was actually doing it.
I think I heard something about that. I'm
trying not to cry right now. The whole movie is on YouTube, by the way. I don't want to, don't go break any laws, but wink, wink. Maybe go break some laws to go watch it. And then all the comments in the movies like, "Who's here from TikTok? Who's here from TikTok?" I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go comment and be like, "Who's here from the Bite Podcast?"
Still get that free promo.
I know. So yeah, but apparently there was a thing that Rob had came out and said that if there's any scenes like that in movies, in most of his movies, that they're real.
You think Twilight?
No, I think Twilight was. I think it's like solo stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, Solo. Yeah.
Apparently, there's a scene in Lighthouse, that came out in 2019 like that, and that was real.
Oh.
I know, that's intense. He's a method actor. What can you say?
We love it. We love to see it. We love those who are dedicated to giving us authenticity.
Yeah. Well, Rob has also said that if Batman doesn't work out and he doesn't like take off after Batman, that he would become an adult film star.
Oh my god. So the ones that I've seen are Remember Me, which bawled my eyes out.
Love that
and of
movie.
course, Water for Elephants.
Oh yes, they were playing that. Oh, I forgot where I was, and they were playing it, and I was like, I love that.
There was another movie he was in that he played. I don't know if it was like he was a con artist or something, but there's like he did really like, he had like a scene where he was like yelling and very like aggressive and like, because he was pissed off at whatever happened. And I haven't seen the movie, but I'm like, what is this movie? Because it looks so good. And he was like mad about.
Let me go look really quickly. So he what was it?
I don't know the name of the movie, but it was like I've always seen like this clip of this scene where he is upset with this lady because it's like she apparently made a deal with something about like the money, and he got like upset. I have no idea.
Maybe it's Good Time.
Oh no, they were kind of in like old style clothes.
Oh.
Like,
Let me go look.
It was set in like it looked like it was set during like the early 1900s.
Oh. Well, I do know that there's a Good Time is one where I think it's more modern, but it got a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it was like really like one of the big movies that he's done ever, like that he did for like his comeback, I guess you can say. And it's where he has a brother who is he's a bank robber, and they sent his brother who is like not there mentally all the way, and he like tries to free him. But yeah, so I know that was a really good movie where he was trying to release his brother who was mentally ill, that they put him in prison, and he's like trying to like get him out. So that's cool. Then recently he was in Tenet and Lighthouse.
I need to watch Tenet.
My husband keeps wanting to watch it. I'm like, I just need to wait. I'm like, I need to mentally prepare myself for it.
Yeah.
Just because I heard that he was super good in it. So I'm just like, I need to mentally be in the right headspace to watch it.
Yeah.
Also, I heard that Tenet was also like a hardcore, like really like kind of like Inception in a way, where it's like they like take you on a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
There's a movie that he's in that I've been wanting to watch. It's called High Life. It's about, let me read the description. It came out in 2018. It says, Monty, which is Robert Pattinson, and his baby daughter are the last survivors of a damned and dangerous mission to the outer reaches of the solar system. So they're in space. They must now rely on each other to survive as they hurtle toward the oblivion of a black hole.
Oh my god. Okay, I gotta watch that. I love space movies.
Yeah.
So.
He's a dad in it.
Oh my god, and he's a dad? So
Yeah.
we're gonna see Rob with a baby? Are you kidding me?
I mean, we already got a snippet of that in Breaking Dawn, and like all the behind the scenes show Rob so loving towards the children.
Oh my god, I love the one where Kristen's holding the baby, and then he's like, go to sleep. You should be asleep.
Yes. Oh, he's gonna be such a good dad.
He is.
Love him. But yeah, so I've been really wanting to watch that movie. There was a movie that I didn't know he was in called The Lost City of Z. And I'm assuming it says, and it's with who's in the cast? Um, Charlie Hunnam, Tom Holland's in it.
Oh, okay,
And it,
wait. I may have heard of it because since I know Tom Holland and Rob like double all the time with like their second or third project together. So I've heard of it.
so it's at the dawn of the 20th century, British explorer Percy Fawcett journeys into the Amazon where he discovers evidence of a previously unknown advanced civilization that may have once inhabited the region.
Ooh.
So I really want to watch that one. I'm like, to me it sounds super interesting. So I'm like, probably gonna watch that one. I need to catch up on all these movies too. Obviously we talked about Water for Elephants. I think maybe the movie that you were talking about, where it looked like it was set like he's a gangster, is called Cosmopolis. Because it says here that it's about a 28-year-old billionaire asset manager finds his day into I don't know. It's like it's a drama. It's dirty. Yeah, it's rated R.
I'll have to find that clip that I saw and then look in the comments.
I mean, yeah, he's been in some good ones. Little Ashes, The Childhood of a Leader, How to Be. He has this like really wild haircut. Remember Me? Yeah, we talked about that one. Harry Potter. That little film.
Harry Potter?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No? Wow.
Yeah, I just found out yesterday.
Oh my god.
I don't watch Harry Potter.
I don't even, yeah, what even is Harry Potter?
What is Harry Potter?
Yeah, neither do I.
And then TV shows, he really hasn't been in any TV shows.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's a TV show person. I don't
No.
know if he ever hosted SNL or was on it.
Oh, but I feel like he would be so good if he was.
I want him to.
I do too. I think he would be a really good SNL host. And then I feel like he would have the funniest skits ever.
I feel like he's like, I'm too good for TV.
Mary said that he thinks that he's too good for TV.
He's not wrong.
I mean,
I think
There's
he
some
is.
truth to
I
that.
mean, not that I feel like not that anything's wrong with being in TV, right? But I don't know. I think his thing is if he gets into a TV show, like most TV shows have like
It's like Twilight all over.
it's like Twilight all over again because they have like religiously like fan followings. But if he just does these like films, I mean, Batman might be a different story because that's also like a fandom universe.
yeah.
So that might be a little challenging for him. I mean, depending on how he's, unless he's just like used to it. I had read somewhere that Rob had said in an interview that when the whole Twilight like franchise was going on, that he would talk to fans in his American accent because he felt like he would like want like they would be expecting Edward Cullen, and like he felt like he didn't want to like disappoint them. I know.
Why is he literally the sweetest bean?
I know. That's so sweet. That's like just it's sad at the same time. It's like sad but also like wow, like at the same time. That I feel bad, but then also like I personally would want to hear his accent.
Yes, especially that little slip up he had in Twilight. So you're worried about what a house full of vampires would think of you.
Yes. So I mean, I think that he's gonna have an amazing like next couple years type of deal. I think he's gonna be soaring the sky in the 20s.
I predict that he's gonna have an Oscar nom.
Ooh, I think so too. I don't know if it's gonna be for Batman, but
Batman, I don't know if he would get. Never mind. Maybe not because Joaquin Phoenix did win Best Actor for Joker.
yeah, that's
So
true.
those type of movies are starting to get big. Batman's probably definitely gonna depend, like with the cinematography and like the score, like those things definitely probably are gonna get nomination, especially with who the crew is. But maybe he'll get a nom for his role in Batman, or if anything, how he does in Batman is going to set up for projects later on.
I think so, and I hope it takes off for him. But if not, we know what we're getting. And I won't say any more to that, just in case there's any young children watching. I'm gonna put a disclaimer: if you are under the age of 18, skip to this part.
Yeah.
Or don't listen to this one part. But I think with that, we can finally get into your segment. We have a long episode today, so
Yeah, oh my gosh. Welcome to my segment, which is Rhe's Weekly Read. If you've been here before, then you know the drill. If you haven't, well, and this is your first episode, basically, I recommend a book or a book series that I'm into, have read, or I'm like currently in the process of going to like recommend and talk about. So today's read is the Fallen series. I have the 4 main books in the series. There's 6 books total. One is, I don't have the other 2, which are Fallen in Love, which is kind of like a spin-off to one of them, and then Unforgiven, which is a spin-off for one of the characters that is in there. So the first book in the series is called Fallen. This is about fallen angels. I kind of touched a bit on it on the first episode with Hush Hush, because this is also about fallen angels. But and then you've got Torment, Passion, and Rapture. And I read this series when I was in high school, but I had only gotten up to the 3rd book, Passion, because it was my friend's books that she was letting me borrow. And then I never finished. But I finally got back into it over the summer and read all of them within probably 2 weeks. And basically the way the series goes around the main character, Luce. Her name's Lucinda, but she goes by Luce. And it starts off with her being what's the word I'm trying to look for? Enrolled at a reform school called what's it called? I believe it was I forget the name of the boarding school. Oh, Sword and Cross Reform School. Cause it's basically where delinquents go, or people who have been in trouble with the law. Cause she is under suspicion and was accused of starting a fire that killed a student from her previous prep school. But because it's like they were about to kiss, and then all of a sudden he had been engulfed in flames. And she goes to Sword and Cross, and she locks eyes with this guy named Daniel, and she meets several other people there. And Daniel, they start off rocky because it's like Daniel automatically has like distaste for her and is avoiding her at any time, but she feels drawn to him and she doesn't understand why. So the first book, I kind of like, there's like an over amount of insta love, which got me like, I was kind of like, I remember liking this, but I'm not liking it now because of, as you go on to read it, it's like, you figure out why she's so drawn to Daniel and why the insta love really happens, but, like why she's so infatuated with him the moment she sees him, but she can't understand why. So, although the first book took a bit and I was like, I don't know if I should even finish the series because I'm not, I thought at first, but then after I read Torment, I was like, okay, this is getting better. And then Passion, and then by the end of Rapture, I actually cried because I was like, oh my god, it's over.
do you think that they would ever make a TV series or movie series about that?
So this one, Fallen, does have a movie. It came out in 2016. I believe you can rent it on Amazon. You can rent it on YouTube. I personally haven't watched it because when I saw the trailer for it, I hear that the movie was good in itself, but I don't want to watch it because when I saw the trailer for it and I saw who they casted for Luce, I was just a little upset with her like appearance because Luce in the book is described as having short black cropped hair, kind of like how I have it. Because of what happened with the fire, like there's some like reasoning for why her hair's so short and everything, because it kind of is plays into it. But they show her with like long like brown locks all the way down, and I'm like, you can't even get her hair right. Like, come on. So
Yeah, it's kind of like if they like completely changed like the Twilight, if they gave Rosalie like black hair.
yeah. So it was just one of the like when I saw that I was just like, you can't even get her hair right. Like I just didn't want to watch it. I've heard some of the music that like the score and like some of the music and it's really good. Like I've heard the music. I saw like one scene on I saw one scene on YouTube and the cinematography and like the setting is very pretty, but there was just a couple of things where I was like, okay, I don't think it's gonna follow the book as I want. And I didn't like the guy who they casted for one of the characters looks nothing like the character. And I'm
Mm,
like, I don't know. It had potential.
yeah.
So some people like it. I know Carly, shout out to Carly. I know she really liked it. I need to like just get over and watch it so I can have a good opinion. But I don't know if I can sit down and get through it because I'm gonna be picking at it like, okay, that's not right. That's just totally changed.
Did
But I,
Carly watch the movie?
yeah, Carly watched the movie and she's read the books.
Oh, did she say it's like an accurate depiction?
She said it was not that bad. Like she said it was kind of, it was okay. I'm very nitpicky, so because unfortunately it flopped, like in the box office and critics, it got negative reviews, so they didn't continue with the rest. But
Yeah.
I want them to maybe like go back and do it because it's a very interesting, like series, and like there's a bunch of plot twists that you're like, oh my God, like
It sounds like it would be a really good TV series.
yeah. There's like a lot of because it deals with fallen angels and there's a lot of religious aspect, but there's also like the topic of free will and destiny. So I think it would make a really good series if like Netflix could like pick it up, and I
Yeah,
already have like in
Netflix
mind.
pick up the Fallen series. I think they would gonna do a good job at it too.
I think they would too. I think, and that's why I'm also kind of like um a little anxious, a little nervous of how they're gonna do the Hush Hush movie coming out because I still need to finish that series. It's been over a month since I recommended it. I still haven't finished the one book. I've been busy, and so I'm nervous of how they're gonna do that one because that's again like the one thing about these type of series is like depending on how the first movie does, both in box office and critics, that's gonna determine if the rest even make it to the screen.
Yeah. Well, that was. I think that's an interesting suggestion and recommendation for this week. So if you haven't checked out the Fallen series, go ahead and go read that. But that we are at the end of our third podcast. So we will see you guys next time, where we actually know what we're going to be talking about a little bit. Next time, our next episode is. November 16th, I believe. And we are going to be talking about the world of hybrid children. And there was one more thing. Zodiac, Twilight character zodiac signs, Leah's future, and the world of hybrid children in all the fantasy aspects. So if that sounds like something that you would want to tune in, please tune in next time. Go follow our social medias, the Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We're on everything, and we will see you guys next time.
Thanks for joining.
Bye.